Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do another keto what I eat in a day video, especially since the last couple ones some of you guys have been asking, like, do you follow a plan or anything? Nope, I just kind of make it up as I go along. I kind of follow my cravings, if anything, and if there's something specifically that's not keto, just kind of research and figure out how to make it keto, like today's video. So I've never really been a breakfast person because the things that I really like from breakfast now that we're keto are all the carbs. So the pancakes, the waffles, the breakfast potatoes, the hash browns. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Intermittent fasting is totally fine. I'll just skip to lunch and dinner. But I found an awesome freaking keto pancake recipe. These taste good, legit. They don't taste like grainy almond flour. But this is just a recipe I've been using, and I'll like share links below where you can find like the actual kind of recipe, give credit and everything. But let's just go ahead and get started with a breakfast. All right, so for these keto pancakes, there's definitely different variations of keto pancakes. This is my second variation that I've tried, like at home ones. There's also like from the bag, like already pre-mixed keto pancakes. I haven't tried those yet. Let me know if you have some suggestions of some brands that you guys have tried. But this is at home keto pancakes, and this recipe I love. The person who I follow here on YouTube is Joe Duff. I'm gonna leave his info down below. You totally should follow him. We made his keto brownies. They were delicious, and I was like, you know what, Joe Duff has not done me wrong, so let's do pancakes. After I tried another pancake recipe I was really not a fan of. So let's get started with this pancake recipe. We're gonna do 2 eggs, and we're putting everything in a blender. And let me stress, use a blender, because not this recipe but the one before, they also use a blender, but I was like, whatever, I can just hand mix it. They're probably just trying to make it a little bit quicker. No, use a blender. And this is specifically because we are using almond flour, so I feel like it's a little bit thicker, a little bit grittier than regular flour. And blending anything with almond flour, I taste the difference. So use a blender, use a hand mixer, like a hand blender if you want to, but please blend. And I mean, don't listen to me and don't blend, and you'll wonder why your pancakes taste a little bit gritty. I've made that mistake before. Don't worry, you'll learn like I learned. I didn't want to listen either. I feel like the ladies whose recipe I followed, she just did not stress it enough. So next, I mixed in 4 tablespoons of full-fat sour cream. You know, if you want very inexpensive sour cream, I got mine from Aldi. Tastes delicious. You want full fat, not any like less fat. Like, this is keto. Come on, we're doing full-fat sour cream stuff. So I did 4 tablespoons in there. Next, we're going to mix in your sugar-free, keto-friendly maple syrup. So I actually bought the Lakanto maple syrup. This is sweetened with monk fruit, so it's keto-approved, 0 sugar, 1 net carb. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of this, and this is also going to be our maple syrup for the pancakes, which it's very delicious. And I say very delicious because I've been on keto for like a month and a half now. And anything sugar-free or like carbless carbs tastes really good. That's how you know you've been keto long enough, because that tastes really good. When I go back, who knows? The only thing about this is that it is very watery. Still tastes good, but we're getting a little bit of that flavor in here. Next, what we're going to do is add some baking powder, and this is going to help make them like rise and help make them fluffy. So I feel like the sour cream and the baking powder definitely make a big difference in the pancake, or how your pancakes come out, because the last recipe I used did not use baking powder or sour cream, and I feel like they just were flat. They were okay. They weren't that great. Maybe if I would have mixed with the blender, but they were just okay, you know? These pancakes, let me tell you though. Next, you're gonna go ahead and take 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I'm gonna have to get more. And I mean, I guess this is gonna depend on what flavoring stuff you kind of like. I like the cinnamon in there. Maybe you want some pumpkin spice. I'm not a pumpkin spice type of chick. So we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of a vanilla extract. I'm going to have to start buying the Costco brand of vanilla extract. So 1 teaspoon of that. And then we're going to go ahead and add 2/3 cup. I already measured it out. 2/3 cup of almond flour. And I hear a lot of times the Kirkland one, this is a blanched almond flour. It actually has like the least amount of carbs in it. So 2/3 cup or 70 grams. And if you want to measure out your food, a scale that I've been using, I bought maybe almost 2 months ago now, is this honestly from Amazon, very inexpensive. Let me know if you want me to link it down below. So 70 grams of almond flour. And then we're gonna go ahead and do a 1/2 tablespoon of confectioner's swerve. So there's regular swerve sugar, which I'll show you guys, that I use for my coffee, and this is confectioner, so this is a little bit better for like baking stuff. So about 1/2 teaspoon of that. And now we're gonna go ahead and blend it, and make sure you just blend this very, very well. So if you have to stop, get any powders off from the sides, like really blend, because you just want this to be smooth. You'll know you didn't blend right or long enough if it still tastes kind of gritty like that almond flour. All right, now that we have our mixture finally blended, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to the stove. I'm gonna show you how these pancakes cook, which honestly, so far, my first pancake, I have not messed up with this recipe. Like my first pancake comes out pretty good, let me tell you. All right, so now over by the stove, I've got my pan heating up. I'm just gonna go ahead and take some butter, and you can either do butter or you can do like a baking spray. Whatever you do normally, I guess, for your pancakes. I know they use baking spray, but I was like, sorry, Joe, I ain't got a baking spray. So just as we normally would, going to go ahead and add a little bit, and hopefully this comes out like a circle. Yeah. And we're just going to wait till a bunch of little air bubbles appear on top. It thickens up a little bit, and it'll be ready to flip. Hopefully, now that I said it, I do not mess up my first pancake. All right, let's see if this guy's ready to be flipped. Go from this side, and ooh, look at that beauty. Ooh. Oh, ain't that pretty? I should have smacked it in the middle, but whatever, it's okay. So we're gonna let that side cook a little bit. And we're gonna just start making our stacks on the side. I'm gonna start on my eggs. Well, I'll wait a little bit. Well, until I got a couple of these guys going. But my sausage and my eggs on the side. All right, as we let our last little pancakes cook, I already started some sausage. So we got 3 links. We're gonna do 1 each and then split one, because 2 is just too much each. And now I've got my other pan started, and I went ahead and added, of course, avocado oil. You can use olive oil, whichever you prefer, but if I can get just a little bit extra fats in, I will. And now I will be directly cracking the egg into the pan, only because I am making over easy eggs, or for Frankie, over hard, because he's a diva. But this is the only time I'll crack the egg into the pan, but because I'm just over scrambled eggs, I need a change. I personally prefer my eggs over easy. Frankie's the one who likes them scrambled, and sometimes that is just a little bit easier sometimes, but I do enjoy the yolk. I like to maybe, you know, kind of put the sausage into the yolk a little bit. Back in the day, I used to do them sunny side up, and then I do sunny side up and only eat around the white part. I never knew there was such a thing as egg whites only. But then I was like, you know what? I actually like them over easy a little bit. Especially the way my grandma used to make them too. And she almost would kind of get them over hard sometimes, which I really enjoyed. But I personally prefer my eggs over easy. Comment down below, are you an over easy? Are you scrambled? Are you a fancy pants like eggs Benedict? Who knows, you know, poached, all that craziness. But I'm curious, how does everyone like their eggs? Plus, funny why this kind of came up, I was watching Runaway Bride on Sling, so on cable TV, and you know, she like didn't know how she likes her eggs. She liked them how every guy does, but no, Frankie likes scrambled. I don't care. I like mine over easy, so we're gonna switch it up and do over easy. Don't forget to put a little bit of salt and pepper on your eggs if that's how you like it, but if not, do you boo. Go ahead and flip this bad boy. Ooh, that non-stick though. I wait. Yeah. So these might be a little over hard, but I kind of like that. I don't mind it when I break it sometimes, because then the yolk cooks. So it's gonna be okay, but we not burn the bottom. All right, in case you guys were curious, once again, if you're new here, for my keto coffee, I use 1 tablespoon of Swerve sugar. So this is different than the granulated, not the granulated, the confectioners that we use for the pancakes. And then 1 tablespoon of MCT oil. You can do MCT oil, MCT powder, some more fats. For even more healthy fats, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. And then I do about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more, of almond milk. And you can switch this up if you want to do heavy cream, whatever you like. But I think I actually do like the almond milk a little bit better than the heavy cream. But if you want more fats, go ahead and do the heavy cream. And that's just kind of what I've been sipping on for my keto coffee. All right, and there you have it. Look at those pancakes. They are beautiful. They're fluffy. I don't always get the fluffiest pancakes to begin with, but these are pretty good for keto pancakes. The other ones I had were just flap, no good. I have a sausage and a half, and then we added a little avocado because I haven't had any today, and I have my over easy egg. For my syrup, once again for the pancakes, I'm gonna go in with the Lakanto maple syrup. It's definitely a little bit watery, so be careful. But honestly, for keto syrup, this one's pretty good. The other one I wanted to try was the Choc Zero keto syrup, and I just want to kind of compare now and see what's a little bit better. So maybe if we happen to order some more stuff from the Choc Zero, because I can only either find that in a 3-pack on Amazon, and this one I found by itself, so that's why this one won, because I was like, okay, Prime, and I just buy one just to try it out. But maybe we'll try some other Choc Zero products and kind of compare with the Lakanto and see which one we like better. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on my keto lunch breakfast, and we'll be back for dinner. All right, guys, so it is dinner time. A little bit later. We're still, gonna not eat too late. What I'm excited about today is I've been craving spaghetti, pasta, and of course pasta is not keto, but what I did find, veggie spirals, so zucchini noodles. Essentially, I've been hearing and seeing about like zucchini noodles being keto friendly and stuff like that, or like a good like pasta substitute. I know a lot of people do zucchini for like even like lasagna, keto lasagna and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, you can get fresh zucchini, get a spiralizer. Spiralizers are Target like $40. Maybe you can find one cheaper. Too much work. So from the frozen aisle, we did find the zucchini noodles already prepared. I've never done it, so you're gonna do it with me for the first time. There's a couple of different cooking options, so we can microwave, stovetop skillet, or stovetop boil. I like the microwave option because it's easy, but then also because it's kind of like steaming it in the bag already, so I ain't mad at it. So that's what we're gonna try today, and I'm just gonna show you guys how I cook. And this is in general my usual, like spaghetti meat type of seasoning and cooking, and you're gonna find it kind of interesting. This is kind of how my mom taught me, so this is probably the most Mexican spaghetti you might try here, because the ingredient that I use. But I'm actually gonna add in also some Italian sausage today because Frankie likes to mix it up, so we're doing a little bit of Italian sausage, which my mom normally doesn't do, but just a little extra kick in mixing in the meat because I'm using ground beef. Just to add, I like mixing meat sometimes. It gives it a little bit extra flavor, so let's go on over and start with the meat. Super easy and quick, and you can steam your veggies at the same time. All right, so I've got the pan heating up right here. If you want the super easy Mexican spaghetti recipe, so what my mom usually uses is just ground beef. I know I usually do my spaghetti, but Frankie wants to get fancy, so just ground beef. Secret ingredient is adobo. Yes, adobo. And then oregano. Today we're gonna mix it up though, and I'm gonna put some Italian sausage. So I've already decased it there. And you know what? I think I'm gonna use a little half. Let's just use another one. So usually I make enough spaghetti in general so I can have leftovers. If I can make leftovers out of my dinners for lunch or the next dinner, I will. I can and I will. So usually Italian sausage has its own salts and stuff like that, so they don't need seasoning, but I'm going to add seasoning primarily for the ground beef. Throw that in, and we're going to break that up as we start to break up the ground beef as well. This should just give it a nice little extra mixture of flavoring. And I got mild Italian sausage. You can do whatever. If you want to do spicy or hot, whatever they call it. I'm not too cultured in the Italian sausage game, but I play it safe. Maybe we'll do spicy one day. Maybe. Then I'm going to throw in some ground beef. So the amount of ground beef, I had about 1 pound. This is about 1 pound of ground beef. That's usually in general how much, like 1 point whatever is available pounds of ground beef. So the seasoning I'm majorly going to put for the ground beef, and you know, because the sausage doesn't really need salting. So adobo, I'm telling you, that's where it's at. And you can turn it around. And I'm actually going to use, you know, Italian seasoning, so that already has some oregano in there. And the trick here is not to put, if you're going to use just oregano, don't put too much oregano, because then it's going to get it really like overly greasy. So just a good amount. I'll put Italian seasoning on everything. And then, because I love garlic, we're just going to add a little bit more garlic, because I just want just a little bit more. And we're going to start to break everything up. But yeah, if you want to super simple, just get some adobo and some oregano and you are good to go. And one time I brought leftover spaghetti to work, and my coworker, who's also Mexican, she's like, "Oh, that smells good." She's like, "What is that, arroz?" And I was like, "No, it's my spaghetti." It's got adobo in there. So it's got those flavorings and those smells that you love and long for. And so that's basically how you know I am Mexican AF, because I put adobo in my spaghetti. Also, I mean, if you wanted to, I guess you could just do a sauce on your zoodles, but like I need meat. I need meats, and I like meat spaghetti. Normally, and I'm switching out also the marinara sauce I use, obviously, because I know I'm a little generic, ragu, but whatever. I usually like to get the meat flavored ragu, so meats on meats. And then lately, Frankie's been trying to get the mushroom one, since I'm okay with mushrooms these days, but obviously those have too much sugar. So I'll show you guys which spaghetti sauce we will be using today in order to make it keto friendly. So for me, pretty much the meats part really isn't changing, the meat and the seasonings. For me, what's changing for this recipe as opposed to my normal spaghetti recipe is going to be the marinara. And of course, we're not doing pasta, we're going to do zoodles. So you're actually going to taste test that with us, so we can basically review, are zoodles legit or not? I really don't know. Alright, so now that you've got your meat cooked through, we don't see any pinkness, and you know, it's not burnt. I just go ahead and add my marinara sauce, and the one that I'm using is the Rouse marinara sauce. And you know, if you look at the back, this one just is one of the best ones. You got some protein, 6 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber, so 5 net carbs. And then, you know, this is just one with like the least amount of sugar. So I always hear people talking about this one when they talk about keto, like spaghetti sauces, or like we use this one for our pizza the other day. So I'm going to go ahead. What I did was I actually blended it up because I don't like mine super chunky. So I'm just going to pour that on and just mix that in. And something else that I did while I was cooking the meat, if this happens to you while you're cooking and I don't add any oils when I cook ground beef or like the Italian sausage, because they just cook in their own fats. But one thing that I will do before I add the marinara, and that I did do, is I drained the meat, because it was like all of the fats, you know, kind of got loosened up from it, and I don't want greasy marinara. So if you have to do that 1 or 2 times, depending how much meat you have, you could do that. But now all I do is just mix it up, and we're pretty much almost done. So I'm going to go ahead and steam my zucchini noodles while this kind of marinates. All right, so our zoodles were made. I've never had zoodles. I've had zucchini, but never, you know, as a substitute for pasta. So let's add a little bit of sauce. This should be interesting. I might make another bag just so we can have a little bit more, but for now, let's just do a wee bit of pasta to try and see if maybe when mixed in, like, I don't know, we'll see. I've heard some difference of opinions on zoodles to replace like pasta and stuff, so it's pretty much my meaty zoodles. So let's do a little taste test. We got Frankie, our certified taste tester. Let's see. Zoodles. And the only reason I pre-mixed his meat and zucchini is for YouTube. That's not a bad alternative. A little crunchier than my pasta, but I like mixing with the meat.
Where's the phrase? Al dente.
Watch his one episode of Chopped.
It's good. I'm gonna go eat it.
Oh yeah. All right, go eat your dinner. I'll be there in a bit. It's not bad. Okay. All right, Zoodles. I see you. I'll see you. And those are the frozen. So if anybody regularly does Zoodles, just because that's just how you do. Let me know. Do you prefer like the frozen, just steam in a bag, or like do you prefer to like boil it, or do you prefer fresh? And whatever else you do, leave it down below in the comments, and maybe I'll invest in a spiralizer. But I mean, if I got it frozen, like why am I about to do that? But okay, I like it. Yeah, definitely just has like maybe more of a crunchy taste. Like it's not bad. I feel like Zoodles by itself, kind of like, I'm like, they need something just to kind of give you that illusion. Maybe I've just been on keto way too long. So if you've tried Zoodles, let me know how long ago did you leave carbs behind, because I'm already in like the middle month 2 and I'm like, this is okay. So all right, definitely I'll like probably just steam the bags each day, because that bag was enough for both of us. Maybe I'll add a little bit more. But I bought like 4 bags. I was like, these better be good, because I just bought 4 bags. I found mine at Target, and or they have it at Jewel as well. That's pretty good. Damn, okay, girl. And you know, you can season your meat however you want. This is just how I normally season my meat. That's just how I do. If there's any like Italian people out there, I'm like, oh my god, like how dare you? You know what? It's okay. It's to each their own. You know, there's some people out there who think the hard shell taco shells are real tacos, and they put shredded cheese on there. And you know what? We all live the lives how we want. But this is just how I like to season my meat for my spaghetti. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed my what I eat in a day. I also drank plenty of water. Like my last video, I just had a couple pecans and something I'll probably treat myself to later after dinner. I made some keto chocolate chip cookies, so I'll probably have 1 or 2 of those after dinner, just for a nice little sweet tooth treat. But I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. I like doing them for you and hope you've been enjoying. So I approve of these zucchini noodles for my pasta. It's actually not that bad. Let me know what you guys think about zucchini noodles. Yes or no. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with the rest of my videos, and I'll see you guys next time.